that kind of brings me to another good question, is that raw is a lot of wholesale. It's a lot of brick and mortar. It's in a lot of stores. It's been really well received by that. You guys have a great team for selling that. Um, but Chris's community like really drives a lot of direct to consumer sales, I bet.
Yeah.
So where are we going to be able to find Chris's products? Is that going to live in wholesale, or is it going to be all direct to consumer?
Vitamin Shop.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
In Canada.
In Canada.
yeah.
I gotta shout out all my fans in Canada because it's a huge thing of we've always struggled in Canada to ship stuff, customs, everything's way more expensive. So we're treating you good up there in Canada.
Okay, so in the US it's Vitamin Shop.
Yeah.
In Canada is I know there are specific like distributors and stores up there. I'm not Canadian, so I'm not familiar with them. But if we could get that,
I think we got Bullfrog, right, Chris? Bullfrog, Shop Santé.
Bulldog, Hertz Nutrition, Shop Santé, Supplement World.
Awesome. Cool. And obviously you guys will be selling yourselves on the website as well if people don't want to go to a store.
Well, ideally, yeah, we're gonna try. We didn't have enough product to do it this time, but ideally, on the next run, we're going to have Canada set up its own website as well. So it's going to alleviate all those customs and duty fees for the Canadian population, because they are probably, I would say, a good 20% of our orders online, and I know they're getting crushed with those duties and taxes. And we're trying, like we really are trying to do it. So Peak is going to actually create an online store, and they'll be able to ship directly from Canada. But we just actually finished a call this morning with Vitamin Shop. So we will, I mean, it's pretty much in for February of 2022.
Do you plan on having that brand refresh done for that launch for Vitamin Shop?
Yeah. It'll be done before our second launch of this product, which will be before Black Friday.
Cool.
Yeah.
So I got to ask you, you mentioned that Jack Factory is nice enough to let you guys, use elements of the label and stuff like that. Are we going to have the Thavage scoops still?
I don't know. Honestly, I didn't even think about that. That's something that's maybe a possibility. I haven't even touched on that. I know we're going to do some cool stuff with the lids on this launch. So that'll be, just a lot of cool things that just take more time than what we had. We really plan on really taking it to every tiny detail and making this just an incredible, like almost like art when you get it.
Cool. It sounds like a whole experience. Like the entire product is an experience.
Cool, right?
Cool. So while we have you on, Chris, I want to ask, because now you're with a brand that has all these different products, like in a day, and I guess this probably differs with off season and on season, but like, what is your supplement stack like throughout the day?
I mean, yeah, it totally depends on the day. And right now it's a little bit less than normal because I'm 8 days out and I cut a lot of artificial stuff. But throughout prep, it was varying. I would wake up, I would have, that's revived.
Yeah.
I started having burn in the morning, and then that would be my like cardio thing. And then I cut burnout for a while, and I was just having black coffee and EAAs when I was doing my cardio. So it would kind of go back between those two. And then pre-workout, I typically went with the raw pre, and I stacked that with the pump squared. And that was like, I would do probably 2.5 scoops of the pump pre with the pump squared. And then it got to the point where I was using the pre-extreme because I was dying and needed that extra little boost. And that was honestly something that I thought was really cool when it came out to extreme. Like, okay, like I have this pre that's like, I personally don't like to use a lot of caffeine. In my off season, I won't have coffees in the morning. I save all my caffeine before the workout. And if I can have a pre-workout that has all the ingredients I want, with not too much caffeine, I use it. And then on leg day, I'm like, okay, let's hammer some caffeine. So having the different options for me was perfect, especially coming to prep and getting into prep, having the pre-extreme. Post-workout, usually have protein ice cream. I literally just use water, ice, and chocolate protein, and the chocolate protein is super rich. So like I've tried the other ones and just that rich chocolate just sticks with me. In my oatmeal, this is like, I want to sell out the website with the cookies and cream because it's the best tasting protein that's ever been in oatmeal. It's like creamy and really good. And then nighttime, if I have a shake, I'd make a shake. For a while, I was doing a paste. So I would do a scoop of the chocolate protein with like dribbles of water and make it into pudding. And then I would put almond butter in that, and you mix that all together. And it was like, it was just
the best.
good.
I'm hungry thinking about it.
I actually do that too. That's really good. Matt showed me how to do that.
It's crazy good. Like with the almond butter in there, the thickness you get to it, and the rich chocolate is amazing. And then in the last few weeks, especially, I've been hammering 2 scoops of sleep product. and it's helped me relax a lot at night and just kind of KO and get a good night's rest, and prep, that's so important. So probably the base of everything I've used, but I've just I've been so happy to have it, like especially coming down here now too. And I drive to the warehouse and I'm like, yo, I use all my cookies and cream protein. And I was like, okay, here's another one. Like if we sell it, we'll hold some on the side for you. So it's been
Perks
super
of being
cool.
known.
It's a good perk to have, yeah.
Just for the sake of conversation, I don't know how many times we'll have you on podcast, but we're alongside the Revive owners as well. What do you take from Revive in a day as well?
Oh man, I gotta go get a list.
Okay, fishing tackle box, I'm assuming.
There's a lot of them, but I specifically definitely take the kidney, liver, lipid every morning. Then I do a K2, D3, vitamin C a little later on in the day. I do the second dose of them all. I do yohimbine sometimes before the gym or before training or whatever. I have ashwagandha at night. I take the Calm product at night. There's a big list of it, but I have a cabinet which probably should have plates or dishes or food or something, and it's literally just like 3 levels of supplements. So that's the way we live.
I know what you mean because I just replaced dishes with Revive products in my cabinet last week,
Yeah.
so I get it. Cool. Well, so I got to ask, like, what has been the best part? And both sides, please tell me. But like, what's been the best part of getting together for this partnership?
I think honestly, it's just the fact that we're go ahead, Dom.
I just feels like normal. Like honest to God, like I don't feel like it's just like it's the same shit as it was before. It just, I don't know. The one thing that I have to say though that I am like so impressed with is when we did this, like Chris was the first one to be like, I want an office, you know, I want to be at every marketing meeting. And he hasn't missed a marketing meeting since he's been here. And he's, you know, a week out from the Olympia right now, and he still attends every single meeting. He has a voice in everything. And it's a lot of people when we first started this were like, oh, he's, you know, he's on there as just a face and, you know, he's not going to do anything behind the scenes. And it's like the absolute couldn't be more opposite than that. And it's something that I'm super grateful for because it shows like that he really wants to make a difference.
Yeah, for sure. I by the way, Dom, I'm probably gonna be at that meeting Monday. I'll be in Orlando. But yeah, no, I was really excited to come on and actually be a part of it as much as I could. I told Dom I want to be involved, and I felt like guilty. Like my priority right now is obviously the Olympia, and I not really being as much of a part of it as I would have wanted to be. But the big thing that made me really like, that's a little separate, I guess, and personal, is I'm working on moving from Canada, getting my visa, and being a full-time resident here. And I thought nothing would take me away from my home. I love Canada. I love my family. I'm going to miss them dearly. But coming here and being part of this team and this community and this city with this company, it feels like home immediately. And I couldn't be more grateful for that. And it's because of the people that are here. And I've traveled around America and tried to find a place to live and like looked for somewhere to move just to get out of Canada. And I was like, you know, nothing worked. I didn't want, because it wasn't about the place, it was about the people. And that's exactly what I felt here. And the culture and community that they have here just felt like home. So I'm just grateful to be a part of it.
That's awesome. I again, as a bystander, getting to see you guys in the gym, getting to see you guys train together all the time, it just seems like the most perfect environment for everyone as well. Like it seems like everyone's getting pushed to do better, even you know, with Nick on the outside of just the CBUM line, but everyone seems to be growing together. Chris, as you're coming into a company, like do you have any like background outside of being an influencer? And I'm sure you hate that word as much as most people do, but what are the hurdles of becoming like a part of a marketing team? Have you like been reading up on it, or do you have any like experience, or what's that experience been like?
I have subtle experience. You know, I have my own kind of brand. Like we do our merch drops, which are growing really quick. I have my training app and everything. And I've always tried to like focus on not being the bodybuilder or the influencer and being just like myself and my own person, and like having these things I do, whether it be entrepreneurship, business, bodybuilding, whatever. But there's a lot of stuff that I'm honestly just grateful to be with Matt and Dom, shadowing them, because I have so much to learn, and I just want to be a sponge right now, soaking up as much knowledge as possible, because this is the next chapter that I wanted for my life. I never wanted to be like working for someone or an influencer or whatever. I wanted to own my own shit and provide something to a community that they absolutely love and make them feel like a part of it, and just like create something that's special and unique. So I'm just coming in here with, I know I have a lot to learn and I'm ready to learn. And I think I'm in a great place around great people to do so.
Cool. Well, I've pretty much exhausted any question that I've had to get out of you guys. So, Mike, if you've been pretty silent for a while, have you noticed anything that you wanted to bring up?
No, I know that everyone here is to make it a little informal. Any good dog stories lately or anything like that, just to break the ice a little there.
I got nothing.
Dog store? Well, okay. When we were driving a while ago, I guess, but we were driving to Tampa. Me and my girlfriend have a little French bulldog, and if you have French bulldogs, their butt is on top of them. Some of them poop on themselves a little bit. And she did that. We didn't notice. And Courtney rushing. We pick her up and we put her in the car. And she had this brand new, like, expensive white shirt on. Moves the dog, just a smear of poo coming down there. We're late rushing to Tampa. So that was a fun experience. We had to, get that shirt out of the car because we didn't smell that, and we just got rid of it, got on the road and got out of there.
Oh God.
That's my dog.
Hercules has like a new story every day, but I think the last bad one, the really bad one, was when he ate all the stuff that the Gymshark people brought.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he like went in there and I guess he
ate their cameras and microphones.
He was eating everything, man. Fruit snacks. They were like, I went back in the room and I was like, is he being good? And they were like, is he your dog? And I was like, yeah. And they're like, no, he's great. And then I was like, no, he's good. And he was like, no, he's fucking terrible. Like, he doesn't shut up. He's eating everything. It was funny though.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah. When you said dog stories, I was like, quite literally, Dom posts a story every single day of Herc doing something. So
Yep.
Awesome. Well, we're excited for the release. I think it's on its way. So I probably will have some content going up next week on it. But we couldn't be more excited for you guys because just right off the bat, as soon as we saw photos of you guys together, I mean, we've seen you guys working with the merch drops and stuff in the warehouses and stuff. Everything just seems natural and just like it's always been this way. So couldn't be happy for you guys.
All we do is we help each other out in any way that we can. And at the end of the day, I mean, we're a family. So like I said, I don't feel like anything has changed since Chris has been on board because we've treated him the same way since before.
Yeah, it's just, I've appreciated it. It's just not been forced. It's not a forced relationship. It's not like we're trying. I've appreciated that Chris has come in here and he's had a voice right away. He's not like taking a back seat, which I think is important because that public perception that we might just be trying to use him as a face, but really we're integrated on the back end, which is what's important to us. And it's been awesome. And I can't wait to, just to continue to just show what we have planned and how we continue to grow as a team and, the meetups and all that we plan to do as well.
So one last question, because Matt, I haven't asked you a lot. This is one thing I've thought about you as a coach. I mean, Chris obviously isn't one of your clients, but you've got to be excited to have like some of the biggest like driving names in bodybuilding now under all on the same roof. Sean is up here in New Jersey with us, but he's down there often with you guys, with Ian, Chris, Sean, Nick. I have to expect we're gonna have a lot of really cool content of them together. But that's got to be a driving excitement for you guys, right?
Of course. I mean, this is a dream come true to me. I mean, all of it is a dream come true. What we've been able to build here. When I walk into the gym at 2:00 on a Saturday afternoon to see the quality of guys that are all training and pushing each other, and Ian setting up for a set of deadlifts and we're all just sitting around watching and encouraging him. I mean, it's crazy. Like what we have going on. I mean, I don't think it's happening anywhere else in the world, so I'm so thankful for that. The other night, Dom and I were talking, and I was at the Arnold and he's like, bro, like we're doing something that nobody else is doing. And it's special, and I know that right now, the way that we work is like, we don't really celebrate victories because we're kind of always on to the next thing. Which I think when you're driven, that's the way that it should be. But I know that one day we're going to like look back at what we've done and what we've accomplished and just be proud. And, because it really, truly is a special thing that's going on right now.
Yeah, Matt, you use the line, ride the middle line, I think it is, or ride the midline.
Yeah, ride the midline, yeah.
It seems awesome. You use a lot of basketball analogies, and I am by no meaning a sports enthusiast, but it seems like you guys are putting together like an all-star team. Like you've had teams historically in other sports where great people came together in different positions, but I don't think I've ever seen in bodybuilding a group of bodybuilders happy to be training together in the same room like the way that you guys are doing right now.
Well, I mean, I think, to give them credit, I think the last time this happened was with Muscle Tech, which is what we all watched growing up. But at one time they had every elite bodybuilder in the world all, assembled under the same roof. And I think Dom and I, we haven't tried to make that happen. It's just kind of more so organically happened in that way. You know, and even this year, like Ian and Nick finishing first and second at the Arnold, you know, I mean, that was awesome.
Yeah.
And it's not so much about our companies, it's about them as individuals and, you know, how they're continuing to progress as people. It's just been awesome to watch.
Yeah. And you have some great quality men. You know, the excitement that Ian had for Nick when Nick was winning, it was really commendable.
It was awesome to see. I mean, really, I mean, the pride and excitement that he truly had for him. I mean, you don't see that often at all.
No, I'm sure it's driving each other, which has got to be pretty awesome as an athlete.
Right.
Awesome. All right. Well, that's been really informative. I've got a lot of clips to put up on Reels from this. So you guys dropped quite a few different bombs. Is there anything you guys want to mention before we get off in terms of looking forward to Q4, Q1 for CBUM and Raw?
CBUM launch Monday at 11.
They'll be there. We'll be ready for it.
The off-white of supplements. Here we go.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for your time. Chris, I really appreciate you taking time out of your day, 8 days out. So we appreciate all you guys. And I guess we'll see you on the next one.
All right, guys. Have a good day.
Appreciate it.
Thank you guys so
Thanks.
much.